If you can believe this, today marks 5 years since the World Health Organization officially declared COVID-19 a global pandemic.
From empty store shelves to vacant movie theaters, businesses were especially hit hard, many having to close their doors for good. And for those that managed to survive the pandemic, it wasn't easy.
We're joined now by our ABC 6 News reporter, Brandon Antony in downtown Rochester. And Brandon, how are some of these businesses doing now?
Robin, Maisie, yeah. Despite COVID lockdowns being a thing of the past, some businesses I talked to today still say they're feeling the effects 5 years later. It's a pandemic that took over the world in 2020, COVID-19. And now 5 years later, businesses in our area are back, but not at the level they once were.
It's just not the same. Since COVID came around, it's just changed so very, very much.
Linda Smith is the owner of Optical Vision with Flair in downtown Rochester. She had to close her doors for a few weeks after the pandemic initially begun. But even after reopening, she says she's still getting business, but nowhere near where it was before the pandemic.
People are they're just not here anymore. I mean, we got people coming from, we used to have a lot of people coming from all over the world. They used to pull up to my store and buy a lot of glasses, but I don't see them much anymore either.
Despite the initial challenges when the pandemic began, Smith said it's her customers that kept her business moving.
I've had the same customers for years, and if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be here.
However, small businesses in Rochester weren't the only ones that relied on support from customers during the pandemic. The community in North Iowa did as well.
Even when we stumbled, even when things weren't done quite right, we had a lot of grace for our small business owners and helping them get through the challenges that COVID presented us with.
One small business expert saying businesses are heading in the right direction, but still have more work to do.
I think more and more people are getting back to working in their offices and working on site, wherever that might be. It's still most certainly not back to pre-pandemic levels, but it continues to move that way.
Now, those in Rochester and Mason City that I talked to say that even though the pandemic is a thing of the past now, they still can't emphasize enough how important it is to support local businesses. Live in Rochester, Brandon Antony, ABC 6 News.